Hello everybody and welcome to Introduction to Poli-Sci Crash Course with T-Bone. Today we're going to be talking about John Locke's philosophies about government and one's relationship with the government. The key things you're going to want to pay attention to are the social contract, the state of nature, and property rights. So let's get to it. So Locke believed that the relationship between a government and its citizens is what a contract embodies. And as long as the majority or the supermajority agree to the terms of that contract, then every citizen will be held accountable to it. Now, I'm sure that most of you watching this have never sworn an oath to the US government and you're not like an active military personnel. However, most of us are still demonstrating consent to the current social contract. Locke would call this tacit consent, where individuals would demonstrate their acceptance to the social contract without express vocalization, like following traffic signals, not murdering people, and paying taxes. However, tacit consent does not equal membership. Just because we agree to be governed does not mean we are automatically part of the society. For example, if you went to the UK, you would still drive on the left side of the road, even though it's weird to us. We're not British citizens, but we still follow that social contract. Now, tacit consent is different from expressed consent. Expressed consent is a public statement that you take stating you are okay with being governed. For example, a military pledge of service or a naturalization oath. Moving on, the next key pieces to Locke's philosophy are the state of nature and property. Property flows out of the state of nature in Locke's philosophy, so they're completely intertwined. So in the state of nature, you exist and you have complete control of you. In essence, you are your own property and nobody else's. There also exists land, which belongs to everybody, and from that land, you can use your labor to produce stuff, which then becomes your property. Stuff also exists already in the state of nature, and the stuff you need and you take then become your property. So it's a little convoluted, but in essence, you can make your own stuff, and stuff already exists that you can take. Conflict arises out of this, however, when you take more than you need to survive. You have then just taken what somebody else needs and therefore have robbed them of property. This is a no-go for Locke because the right to property is inherent for every person. So how do you make sure that this theft of property goes punished? Well, in the state of nature, Locke believes that every person is the judge and jury in their own case. So however the two parties involved want to settle it is valid. However, if one person kills you and your friends and family deem it as not cool, then they'll attack the other person and their friends and family, then who will then attack you, and then you have a war, and that's no good. So according to Locke, the state of war arises out of conflicts in the state of nature that escalates. So the state of war between these two families can just keep going on and on and on until both of them die. So to stop this cycle of constant war, Locke proposed the idea of impartial judges. Impartial judges are very, very important to Locke's social contract. Basically, they're a set of people who are removed from the state of nature, so they're removed from the situation at hand, so they can give a completely impartial view on what's going on, so whatever they deem as proper punishment is valid. Without impartial judges, everyone is a judge in their own case, meaning everything leads to a lot of arguments and eventually continuous war. Impartial judges are important because they stop this cycle of war and allow for peace. So that's a brief overview of Locke's philosophy. Thanks for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your day.